and the Todd Family YouTube video, wherever you are, whatever you may be doing. Thank you so much for making Ref Brandon and the Todd Family part of your day. We always greatly appreciate it. I was on here just a few hours ago and I said I was going to try to do another video before the day was over, and I just couldn't wait until tonight. So here we are, back at it again for the second time today. This morning I talked wrestling, so this video will have nothing to do with wrestling. If you jump on here live, feel free to leave a comment in the comment section down below. If you have not yet subscribed, please do so and share the video on all social media platforms. Give the video a like and a thumbs up. Good afternoon, Kevron. And even though it was another awful weekend for the Clemson baseball team, it's always a good day to be a Clemson Tiger. And Kevron, I'm kind of dreading the college baseball playoffs because a month ago I thought, man, this Clemson team's got a chance to at least make the World Series. Not win the whole thing, but at least make it there. Now, I don't know if they'll get past the first round. It's awful. They can't hit. They can't pitch. They can't field. It's kind of embarrassing. But nevertheless, good day to be a Clemson Tiger. I've got some thoughts on the whole Derek Carr situation coming up in a few minutes. But first, I want to talk a little bit about some other sports. The Braves just can't seem to get to 500. I believe they've been one game below 500 5 times this year. All they have to do is win one game to get back there, and they've lost every time. If memory serves, they've been 0-1, 14-15, 17-18, 18-19, and 19-20, and they lost again yesterday, so they're 19-21. But I'm sick and tired of hearing everybody blame the manager, and I know that's all anybody does in any sport when your team's not winning. Oh, fire the coach or the manager or whatever sport it is. But, Ronald Acuna Jr. is supposed to be, the most loved player on the team. Well, he's hurt. The second most loved player on the team is Ozzie Albies. They say he's just has an infectious personality, and it appears that way when you watch on TV. But right now, he can't do anything. He is 0 for his last 25, I think, at the plate. He can't hit nothing. He couldn't hit water right now, falling out of a boat in the middle of the ocean. He can't hit at all. His fielding is bad. I mean, he just looks awful. So it's kind of hard to be a leader and want other folks to be like you when you're sucking out loud. So he can't do anything. So they have no team leader right now at all. Iglesias is supposed to be your closer, and he can't get nobody out. So you have no closer. And right now you have no leadoff hitter. And your only 3 consistent hitters are Riley, Ozuna, and Olson. And right now they all suck. So when you have no closer, you have no team leader, you have no leadoff hitter, your only 3 hitters right now all suck. I don't know how you blame the manager. His hands are tied. He can only do so much. Hey there, Hindustani. Glad to have you here. And hey there, Darla. Glad to have you here. So the Braves, 19-21. But over the next 10 games, they have 7 with the Nationals and 3 with the Red Sox. So they should win at least 5 of the 7 against the Nationals and win 1 against the Red Sox. If they do that, that's 6-4. That would put them at 25-25 through 50 games. But the way they've played, they're probably going to win 4 of the 7 against the Nationals and win 1 against the Red Sox. And they'll still be 24-26 through 50 games. In the world of NASCAR, yesterday was the final points paying race for Fox. Fox carries the race this Sunday, but this Sunday is the All-Star race. So now that Amazon Prime and TNT have gotten involved in the NASCAR Cup Series, Fox only carries 12 points paying races. So yesterday was the final points race for Fox. It was the Advent Health 400 from Kansas Speedway. Kyle Larson comes home with the win, followed by Christopher Bell, Ryan Blaney, Chase Briscoe, and Alex Bowman. And 6 through 10 was Josh Berry, Ryan Preece, Chris Buescher, Joey Logano, and John Hunter Nemechek rounded out the top 10. So hard to believe. There are 12 races in a 36 race points season. So they're 1/3 of the way through the points races this year in Cup. After the All-Star race this weekend, Amazon Prime gets 5 races. TNT gets 5 races, and the final 14 come on NBC and the NBC family of networks. So a lot of those could be on USA, but NBC owns USA. And then in the NBA playoffs, the best 2 teams, and have been all year long, are the Thunder from the Western Conference and the Celtics from the Eastern Conference. So you would think those are the 2 teams that'll meet in the NBA Finals. But, right now the Celtics aren't looking too hot against the Knicks. But I believe if the Thunder get past the Nuggets, I think they'll win the whole doggone thing. The only thing about the Celtics, and it came back to hurt them in the first 2 games against the Knicks, is all they do is shoot threes. There's nothing else they do. It can either get you in a game real fast or get you out of a game real fast. And for Boston in games 1 and 2, it got them out of games real fast. They were 25 for 100 from the three-point line in 2 games. So when you miss 75 of 100 threes and all you do is shoot threes, then you're in trouble. But you can't change who you are because you're losing. And who are the Celtics? A team that chucks up threes the whole game. That's all they do. It's all they've done all year. I did a video back probably in November talking about how the Celtics were on pace to shoot the most threes ever attempted in the season because they shoot 50 a game. In a 48-minute game, if you're shooting 50 threes, you're shooting more than 1 per minute. So that tells you almost every possession they get, they're shooting threes. That's all they do. So, and when you're making them, you can blow somebody out. But when you're missing them, you get blowed out. And that's why they got beat in games 1 and 2 against the Knicks. But it still looks like, and I still think it will be, the Thunder and the Celtics in the NBA Finals. And if so, I'll go with the Oklahoma City Thunder. And Darla Larry Bird was a phenomenal basketball player, but the game of basketball has changed so much from the 70s and 80s until now that I don't even like comparing the modern day players to the old generation because the game has changed so much. I don't think anybody that plays in today's NBA could have played back in the 80s and 90s. Just don't see it happening. Nowadays, the players are too soft. They wouldn't have made it back in those days. And the whole Derek Carr thing to me is, weird and strange because he may not have announced his retirement until, late last week. But before he announced his retirement, they were already saying that Derek Carr was not going to play this year at all because of health issues. So if you're the Saints and you knew that Derek Carr wasn't going to play this year, why did you go out and only draft Tyler Shough? Now, is Tyler Shough going to be the next Drew Brees? No. But Tyler Shough is also not going to be the next anybody. He's not any good. So he may end up being their starter because it's Tyler Shough, Jake Haener, and Spencer Rattler. So no matter where they go, unless they all of a sudden go out and sign somebody or trade for a quarterback, that's their options. Tyler Shough, Jake Haener, and Spencer Rattler. I personally think that Spencer Rattler is the best of those three, but all three of them suck, so it doesn't matter. But if you're the Saints and you know that Derek Carr is not going to play in 25, even if you don't know he's going to retire, why do you let the draft go by and you have all these quarterbacks available and you don't go get one? Now you've got a first-year head coach with three quarterbacks who are terrible. So what the Saints did does not make any sense at all to me. Now, Derek Carr is only 34, so even though he's retiring, he could be like Andrew Luck and retire and never return. And he could be like what we see from all the time in sports is players retire for 1 year or 2 years and then they're done. So there's a chance you might see Derek Carr try to come back a couple of years down the road. I wouldn't take a chance on him. I've never thought he was that good of a quarterback. But I mean, if you're the bottom of the barrel in the NFL and you only win 1 or 2 games, if he's out there coming out of retirement, take a chance on him because it's not going to hurt you any because you already suck. But if you're a contending team, I don't think you improve by signing Derek Carr. Hey there, Nico, and yes, I do remember you. Thank you so much for stopping back by. I've been talking Major League Baseball, NASCAR, the NBA, and some NFL with the whole Derek Carr situation. So I feel bad for Kellen Moore because, they said for years he wants to be a head coach, and now he finally becomes one, and then he gets to be a head coach, and he's got Jake Haener, Spencer Rattler, and Tyler Shough. And Nico, I'm glad you play baseball. I absolutely love the game of baseball. I try to talk about it here on the channel. I don't talk about it as much as I'd like to because I don't know how many people watch the channel that watch baseball, and I don't want to come on here and, do 25, 30-minute videos about baseball and nobody want to watch them. But I love baseball. Baseball's probably neck and neck with NASCAR as far as which sport I love more. I like football, but I like baseball and NASCAR both more than football. But it seems like here on the channel, the most views I get are when I talk college football. So I want to talk the stuff that most folks want to see because you want them to come back and watch again. But I love the game of baseball. And I know baseball a lot of times can be as much mental as it is physical. But I love baseball. So, Nico, good luck to you playing second base, ever who you play for, wherever you play at, ever how old you are. Hope you stick with it. Good luck to you in your baseball career and come back anytime and let me know how your second base playing baseball career is going. I would say let's go ahead and get our dad joke of the day in here, but I want to throw out a couple of phrases that I thought was funny. And when I saw this list, I was like, you know what? Those are all sayings that I've always tried not to say because none of them make any sense at all. Every one of them are oxymoronic. They're all Polackish, whatever phrase you want to use, but just about everybody says them on a routine basis. But I try not to because if you think about it, they all make you sound like an idiot, but almost everybody says them. I think I've said 1 or 2 on here that I can recall in the past. Every time I say it, I'm like, dang, that was stupid. But I don't think anybody recognizes it because everybody uses them. But here's some phrases that people use on a regular basis that make us sound like idiots. Found missing. You hear that all the time. Well, you can't be found missing. If you're found, you ain't missing. If you're missing, you ain't found. How about open secret? I know a lot of folks that say that's open secret. Well, which one is it? Is it open or is it a secret? You can't be both. How about you go to a sporting event and they'll say, it's a small crowd. Which one is it? Crowd means crowded. Small means small. If it's small, you're not crowded. If it's crowded, it ain't small. Is it small or is it a crowd? Nope, small crowd. How about this one? Act naturally. That's completely oxymoronic. If it's natural to you, you're not acting. Act naturally. How about clearly misunderstood? Well, you can't be clearly misunderstood. If you're misunderstood, it's because it ain't clear. How about fully empty? How about, I know a lot of folks say this, pretty ugly. If that ain't complete opposites, I don't know what is. Seriously funny. How about this? Only choice. Original copies. I've heard that all my life. There's no such thing as an original copy. If it's a copy, it's not original. Exact estimate. And I think we've all said that a time or two. You tell somebody, man, I don't know the exact estimate. Well, of course you don't. If you don't know the exact number, it's an estimate. If you know the exact number, it's not an estimate. It's the exact number. So you cannot have an exact estimate. Tragic comedy. Foolish wisdom. Liquid gas. And my favorite one, I've never understood it, didn't care about it when it came out, still don't care about it, is social distancing. That makes no sense at all. First of all, to be social means you're talking to somebody. So unless you're going to be like, hey man, what are you doing? Across the hallway all the time, you can't really distance yourself and be social. It's impossible. But yet everybody says it, and it's been out 5 years now. I thought it was dumb the whole 5 years. I still think it's dumb. I'll always think it's dumb because it's oxymoronic. You can't stand across somebody 5,000 feet and be social. It's impossible. You can't do it. Any thoughts on any of this? Please feel free to let me know. Until next time, it's Ref Brandon saying, just like in pro wrestling, life can be over by the count of 3. Tell your friends and family how much you love them. Bye.